let's talk about air. So when we're breathing air, there's many things in the air. It could be dust, pet dander, all of the material that's off-gassed from your furniture. Certainly, a lot of us react to pollen and mold. You may be turning on your gas stove, and that's a chemical that's getting into the air. And then, here, all of us on the West Coast, and well, not even the West Coast anymore, throughout the country, wildfire smoke is a big deal, right? And these are very small particles that easily bypass the nose and get into the respiratory system and blood. So we want to clean up the air that we breathe. Hopefully you're familiar with what the AQI is, Air Quality Index. You can start watching this number. It's actually fascinating. My kids ask me, like, what's the AQI today? It's like one fun metric that we like to follow. So if you use your map application for navigation on your phone. Sometimes it's like in the bottom right-hand corner, I think, for iPhones. It'll tell you for your current location what the AQI is. But I actually tend to use these websites. And actually, just a few days ago, when we had a lot of drift smoke, I actually use all three websites because they each have their own algorithm to pop out what the AQI is. And so, purple air tends to overestimate a little bit. The airnow.gov is by the EPA. So I kind of look at the three numbers and kind of try to average it out. And this is what the AQI number means to you. It's a scale. So, and if your AQI is 0 to 50, great. Everything is good. 51 to 100, it's, starting to become problematic. If you are a sensitive person, you have health issues, asthma, you need to be really careful. Perhaps you stay in and hang out by your air purifier. And then, 100, 101 to 150, this is where our soccer practices start getting canceled. And then, you can get in much above that. I do remember back in 2020, August, when we had really severe wildfires, I did remember waking up in the morning, walking into a room and seeing smoke, and my AQI monitor said 500 something, right? And it wasn't enough to wake us up. So we were breathing it throughout the night and only realized it in the morning when we woke up and saw the number. So there are AQI monitors for home use, but you don't have to have one. I would prioritize getting a really good air filter, but it'll change your behavior once you see how this number changes based on what you're doing in the home, like cooking, or you've forgotten to open your windows. And so it helps shape our behavior in a way that's moving towards greater health, and you're more aware of what's going on. It helps make the invisible visible. That's why I like monitors like this. So many of you may have central air filters. Please make sure that you're using, you understand the MERV rating. So you would want to use the highest MERV rating that your system will accommodate. A minimum MERV rating of 10, 13 to 16 would be ideal. The higher the number, the better. You want to make sure you're cleaning them monthly. So you got to figure out how do you clean this thing. And then you probably want to replace it every 3 months. So some of you might right now be thinking, oh, I've never really changed mine. That's okay. You can start doing that now. And, if there is a fan that you could also turn on to operate it, it'll actually pull out more particles from the air. It'll work more efficiently. Now, for those of us who want to really drill down on clean air, I would highly recommend you invest in a really good quality air filter. The air in your home is what you're breathing 24/7, and we're constantly interacting with the molecules and particles. So especially if you live in an area where wildfires are common, I would highly recommend that you, budget for this. So you're going to look for a true HEPA filter. There are a lot of air filters out there that aren't real true HEPA filters. They're not going to do you any good. It's a complete waste of money. You want to have a good filter that's actually going to take the particles out of the air so that you don't breathe them in. Run it daily, not just when there's wildfires. There's a lot floating around that you can't detect. And so the more of these man-made chemical compounds that are off-gassing in your home that you breathe, the bigger the load on your liver to deal with these molecules. So I run mine at a low level all day long. Get one that's quiet so that you don't have this added noise in your house. Replace your filters regularly. It's no good if the filters are clogged up. If you only have one and you can't move it, I'd stick it in the bedroom because that's hopefully where you're spending 8 to 9 hours. There are many that are smaller that you can move. So if you want to just buy one, you put it during the day in your living space and then you take it to the bedroom at night. And by the way, I should just say this is IQ Air. This is what I own. This is an incredible piece of machinery. It is, and I'll show you why in a second. But it has wheels. You can move it room to room. I've got one, and I move it. We actually offer this through the shop on our website, and you get a small discount by buying it there and helping our scholarship program. But this is one of the best filters money can buy. Okay, so I wanted to put this slide up to show you what particle sizes look like and what we're trying to achieve with an air filter. So human hair is about 70 microns. So that's about the size of a human hair. Mold, pollen, they're somewhere on the order of, maybe a lot of 2.5 to 10. These are called coarse particles. Most air filters can basically take you down to 0.3 microns. Okay, so they'll take anything that's 0.3 microns or bigger. Okay, so they are not doing a good job of allergens, dust mites, pet dander, tobacco smoke, wildfire smoke, which is oftentimes much smaller than 0.3 microns. So this is why I chose the IQ Air, because it'll deal with all of these really ultrafine particles, right? I feel like it's money well spent, and it's such an important factor in just promoting a healthy home.